Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Sharon, and at Sharon Plans I primarily post videos related to planning and budgeting. If that's something that you're interested in, then please continue to watch. Today's video is going to cover my paycheck number 1 for the month of August. And before I get started on that, I just wanted to finish up some unfinished business that I had from my original setup for my budget for the month of August. When I ended the budget, I did mention that I did not at that time determine how much I was going to save for my sinking funds, because I was going to be embarking on a new savings challenge. So I wanted to make sure that I had everything in line before I could commit to putting a specific amount in my sinking funds for this month. So I have worked out the numbers, and for my sinking funds for the month of August, I will be putting in $961. And then I'm also going to be adding something new to my fixed expenses. And as I explained in my budget setup video, I have been exploring other channels and getting ideas from other people, and we are going to embark on this 100K savings challenge. But what I did want to do is just kind of write it in here. I wanted to not make it so aggressive, even though my husband wanted to be a bit more aggressive than I did. I decided that I wanted to try to do it over a 10-year period. So if we decide to add more, we will, and if we can't some months, then we won't. But just so that I can stop rambling on, I am going to write it in here, my fixed expenses, so that I make sure I allocate for it every month. And I'm just going to label it 100K savings. And what we did was we worked it out over the next 10 years based on how we're paid. It comes out to roughly $385 per paycheck. So I'm just going to budget $770 for the month of August. For this month, I'm going to start funding it and making sure that at a minimum I put in $770. So I just wanted to clear that up before I start my first paycheck for the month of August. Here's my paycheck layout for the first paycheck for the month of August, and I did go ahead and pre-fill in the things that I plan to cover for this paycheck. And so we'll just go ahead and fill in all my expenses, my cash and savings that I plan to do out of this particular paycheck. And then at the bottom, what I typically do is I break down my income minus my bills and expenses and my cash and savings, and that gives me whatever my total is. And whatever the extra funds are, I'll decide whether I'm going to allocate it to my 100K savings, whether I'm going to add additional to my savings funds, or other savings that we have going on. One more thing before I get started, I just want to say that this paycheck is going to cover expenses through the 14th. So I don't really have a whole lot going on in the beginning of the month. That's why I'm able to do a lot of my cash and sinking funds and things like that. Excuse me, I didn't have this in frame, but that's going to cover things up until the 14th. So starting off with my mortgage, that is $1,347.06. And then I'm going to also have gas. And I'm going to allocate $60 to gas for this paycheck. And then household is going to get $100, because as I stated, I need to pick up some things for the house for this month. And then moving over to my cash and savings, this is also going to include the monies for my cash envelopes. And that is going to be $1,000. And that includes my groceries, my beauty, my grooming, my eating out, my kids, as well as my allowance. It's all rolled up into that number. And then also the college fund for my kids, that is going to be $200. And then my house account is going to get $200. And then my sinking funds, $961. And then my 100K savings is going to get $385 out of this paycheck. That's my expenses that I have for my first paycheck. So I'm just going to go ahead and total this up. And I apologize for bending it, but it makes it a little bit easier for me to write. So for my bills and expenses, I have $1,347.06. $60 for gas, and $100 for household. So that's going to be $1,507.06. And then moving over to my cash and savings, it's going to be 1,000 plus 200, 961, and then 385. So that's going to be $2,746. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at right now for my Paycheck One budget, and I include a lot of different things into my paycheck budget, my salary, my disability, so that all goes into my Paycheck One, and I'm including everything that I'm scheduled to receive between now and the 14th of August. So at the bottom, I'll just do income minus bills and expenses, and then minus cash and savings. Okay, and then I'll total everything up, and then that's what I'll have down here at the bottom. Okay, so I have my cash set up, and now I'm going to go ahead and stuff my cash envelope. So first I have my allowance cash envelope, and that's going to be getting $100. So I'm just going to do all 20s. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So that's fully stuffed for the month. Next, I have my beauty cash envelope, and that's going to get $60. So 20, 40, 60. And I decided to, instead of splitting it this month, I'm just going to fund everything at the beginning of the month. So that's my beauty. Next, I have eating out. And I'm going to do 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, and 50. That's fully funded. Next, I have my groceries, and my groceries is going to get $600, and I'm a little limited on larger bills, so I'm going to go ahead and do it all in 20s. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 600. So this is our grocery money for the month. Pray for us that we stay under. Okay, so that's fully stuffed for the month. Next, I have my grooming cash envelope, and I already have a rollover in this envelope of $484, and I'm going to add another $50 to it. As I previously explained in one of my other videos, I do wear knotless box braids, and they're pretty expensive to install, so I will be having them done next week. So I want to make sure that I have enough funds in here to sustain, so that I'm not always trying to come out of pocket with the money for my hair. And last but not least, I have my kids cash envelope, and that's going to get the remaining $40. Okay, so now I have, oops, they got away from me. So now I have all of my envelopes stuffed for the month of August. And so I'm really looking forward to staying motivated about keeping up with this 100K savings. Even if I have to cut back in some other areas as we go down the line, I will definitely do that, because I want to make this a priority. So I just want to let you guys know this is what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to figure out some visual way to track it. I don't have it right now, but I'm going to figure out a visual way to track it so that I can stay encouraged and accountable. So that's all I have for you for this video. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate you coming back. Please don't hesitate, if you haven't already, to like the video, to subscribe, and to hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I post future videos. I hope everyone is doing great, staying safe, and enjoying the beginning of the new month. It's a new opportunity. So with that said, that's going to do it for me for this video. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.